a Halloween story. Amber is a writer and filmmaker. The Golden Age of Death is the 5th book in her Calliope Reader Jones urban fantasy series, which comes out in March from Penguin, and her latest feature film, Drones, is available on Netflix, streaming, and Showtime. Everybody, Amber Benson.
So it ended up not really being a Halloween story, just kind of an unsettling and creepy story. The internet was invented for stalking. There are so many ways to keep an eye on your victim. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google search, Blogspot, Tumblr. Type in a name and see what pops up. It's like stealing candy from a baby, or whatever euphemism for easy you'd like to insert here. Before the internet, you really had to commit. There was no way to know your victim's comings and goings other than to stake out a spot somewhere nearby and watch and wait. Now all you have to do is go online, and all the information is there for the cherry picking. And it's not just logistical information, though that's all there too. No, there are intimate, personal things. Information no amount of trash trolling could ever dredge up. I might know your financial dealings through the unshredded detritus you leave behind in your garbage can, but your emotional state, who you're dating, your personal photos, what songs you like, the kitten memes you share with your friends, those were in the past, forever out of my reach. But here in cyberspace, you share them with me gladly. Here online, I am your follower, your friend, and I am. I truly am. You are going to a party, a birthday party for a girl you like. I know you like her because you like everything she posts on her Facebook page. Only because I am looking at your life from afar and through the prism of my computer, I can say this with true objectivity. You are being obvious. I've been up and down her page, read her Twitter posts and responses, and I'm pretty sure she's seeing someone. Her relationship status reads, "is complicated." And still, you are not dissuaded. So tonight, we are going to a party, a birthday party, for a girl you like. I get there 10 minutes after you do. I've timed it that way. You were always late. But just to be on the safe side, I parked in front of your apartment building and waited. You came out the front door. Your roommate has the secure parking spot in the garage, and walked to your car. You were wearing the black Wrangler jeans and snap-down red plaid shirt you bought at the mall yesterday. I watched you try them on in the store. I could see a slice of you through the dressing room curtain. Your skin... I'm getting like the, oh. It's a little creepy. I watched you try them on in the store. I could see a slice of you through the dressing room curtain, your skin pale yellow in the fluorescent light. I almost creamed my pants. I'll see the purchase on your credit card statement later in the month, and I will think of your naked torso, the way it looked sliced into a small sliver of vertical skin through the dressing room curtain, and I will masturbate to the image. But that is the future, and this is now. Now we are at the bar. The party is in full swing. I know a few people here through you, not that they would know me, and that helps make me feel less awkward. I go to the bar and order a cranberry and orange juice, no alcohol. The bartender, a woman with more tattoos than skin, gives me a weird look, then smiles, tells me no charge. I realize she thinks I'm a designated driver, someone who will drive the drunks home at the end of the night. That means she thinks I have friends, that I fit in with this crowd somehow. It makes me smile. A look, I have been told, that is not a good one for me. I have more teeth than the normal 32. 2 full sets of wisdom teeth have entered my jaw at odd angles, pushing the others out of the way and crowding them together, side over side in my mouth, like rotting yellow tombstones. Usually I keep my mouth closed, but sometimes something tickles my fancy and I smile, to my own detriment. I can see the bartender shying away from me, her gaze suddenly anywhere but on me. I take that as my cue to move on. I see you standing in the corner with other people. You are laughing at something someone has said. You have perfect teeth, white, shiny, and straight. You stop laughing and your gaze drifts. I, forever objective, can see where your eye has settled. On the girl, the one you like, the one whose party this is. You were staring at her breasts as they strain against her top. It's made of sheer fabric. You can see her bra and the outline of her nipples, round and dark as tarnished silver dollars through the material. She doesn't feel your eyes boring a hole in her back. You don't feel my eyes eating you alive. And so it goes. Later, much later, she leaves with a guy. I've seen his picture online. I believe he is the "it's complicated" from her Facebook relationship status. You've waited until the end of the night, hoping she'll get drunk and flirt with you, but it doesn't happen. She wastes all of her young charms on the guy she leaves with. He'll never love her, not the way she wants him to. But she doesn't know that. And if someone tried to tell her, she'd only laugh in their faces. You look so sad when she leaves. I want to comfort you, but I know you would never let me. Why would you? You don't know me. So I watch you suffer instead. You finish your drink, order another from the bartender, down it. You are slightly drunk. You shouldn't be driving. Anyone can see this. I watch you head for the door, and then, my feet moving of their own volition, I follow. Suddenly I feel the heat rise in my face and neck, the skin suffused with blood, and something else. Lust. I know this feeling, and it can only mean one thing. It's come earlier than I expected. It's time. It's complicated. I'm always on the internet. I'm like a great white shark. If I stop moving, I die.
Nice.
Creepy. Everybody, thank you, Amber Benson. And now we have Michael Kerns telling holy cards. Michael is an artistic hyphenate, if there ever was one. Actor, author, producer, director, activist, teacher. But the role he is proudest of is being the father of his daughter, Catherine. Michael Kerns.
So, flashback with me to 1959, St. Louis, Missouri. I lived on a street that was like any other street in America. And the one thing that distinguished these streets, other than the ordinary sort of houses, was that they all had a front tree in the front yard. And I often felt safer in that tree than I did in the house. And I certainly felt safer sitting under the tree with some friends. Usually the Jewish boy who lived at one end of the block and a Protestant boy who lived at the other end of the block. And I was the Irish Catholic boy. Our conversations were not about the things that I think other 9-year-old boys were discussing. And in fact, sometimes they were downright philosophical. In those days, if you were Catholic and you went to a funeral, you would be given cards. Now, I was much more interested in these holy cards, or often called prayer cards, than I was in what most 9-year-old boys were collecting, which were baseball cards. So these cards were filled with images and color and you know, a photoshopped Jesus and people in robes and glorious color and glamour. And I would show off these cards on this particular day. I would show them off to my 2 male friends. And we sort of sat under the tree and posed the question, is there a God? Well, how would we prove this or disprove this? So one of us decided, I don't really remember which, that we should conduct some experiment right here under this beautiful tree. I was asked to go get a shovel, which I did, and the shovel that is usually in the Midwest relegated for horrible snowstorms, and I began picking away at this very hardened dirt. And I dug until I got about probably 18 inches below the surface of the ground. Each of us had a prayer card because I gave each of the other boys one. So we took the 3 prayer cards and we didn't fold them. We made sure that they, sat upon each other, and they were about, 4 inches maybe by 2 inches, and we put them in all the way at the bottom of this considerable hole dug under the tree in the front of my house in St. Louis, Missouri. And then we proceeded to put all of the dirt back on top of the prayer cards. Then we decided that we would sit in a circle after sticking a branch from the tree in the precise spot where the prayer cards were buried. So we sat in this circle and we meditated, prayed, whatever word you want to call it, and we said that if at the end of our prayer, meditation, thoughts of intention, if indeed the prayer cards were gone, there is a God. So we concentrated our little brains. I don't know if we held hands, that might have been too risky, but our knees probably touched each other's. And this was a intense moment for us. So I don't know how long, but a considerable amount of time, because we wanted to make sure that we waited long enough for the miracle to happen. Because indeed, if we dug up the dirt and the cards were gone, it would have been a miracle. And we would know that there was a God. So we prayed and we prayed and we prayed and we thought, and maybe we opened our eyes to check each other out to make sure the other one wasn't looking or wasn't doing anything like, trying to remove the cards. So at the end of, let's say, 5 minutes, we got the shovel and dug in the exact place where the branch had marked the spot. No prayer cards. So indeed, we had experienced a miracle. Or had we? I don't know. To this day, I don't know. Thank you.